All right,
Starting recording.
We're recording now, so we can start.
Recording.
We can start at any time.
At any time it could begin. All right.
So this one time
Oh yeah.
when I was at a convention,
Wait.
Okay.
Can someone do like the acapella for our intro here? That
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To entertain him is my real test. To dazzle is a cause. We will travel across the net, googling far and wide. It does take memes to understand. Communicast is here. Communicast.
rhyme.
No, it doesn't
Live.
rhyme.
There we go.
Communicast is live. Well, and then it's just, it just kind of stops there.
All right.
eh,
All right. Let's begin recording then. Wait.
We have been recording.
Wait. You want to make that the intro?
I mean, I did work hard on doing that.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I didn't get to do the intro to our panel either. That was so disappointing.
I know.
Like, what I should have done after reading the Harambe fic was say, "Welcome to the Communicast." I think that would have been.
That would have been good. It would have been good.
Yeah. Oh well. This is what I told John. Is you need to plan your panels a little bit more.
A little bit. But hey,
fuck it, we'll do
I
it live.
think we did overwhelmingly good for what we had.
Yes, we did fairly decent.
Welcome to the Communicast. I am Silverfist91, the Suda host. With
What,
us,
Suda?
Suda54.
Oh,
Wait, why are you trying to access my admins? What?
What?
Suda. You just said Suda54.
Sudo.
I know. I'm joking. That's a very lame programming joke. Anyway.
Yes, it is. It was very lame. With us
So
is
I'm
our
Mama
comrades. We have Momodovan. We have the Professor and Term Hipster. Introduce yourselves.
hi. How are you? Welcome. I'm doing the
Hello.
welcome motion.
I think we're all still drunk from San Japan. I think John brought that much alcohol.
Yeah, why
he
was
brought a
John
lot of
butt
rum.
chugging?
Yeah, John brought and he drank most of it. That's why he's not here. And totally
Yeah.
not because he doesn't have internet.
Or that he
Yeah,
butt
he
chugged too much?
sacrificed us. He sacrificed himself to save us from the evil Jessica.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't have a Jessica story from San Japan, so our crusade against the evil Queen Jessica is working. We have cleansed her from the convention.
Yeah. Although I will say, we may not have experienced a Jessica, but there were people who did. Justice for Old Spice guys. Okay.
Oh.
Well, no,
Poor
justice
old
has.
Spice.
Wait,
Yeah.
the
Justice
protester-
was
the
done.
protester was the Jessica.
Yeah, the preacher was just.
He
I
didn't
didn't
ruin
encounter
it.
The preacher, but yeah, I heard about.
He was outside. I saw him.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
that's at almost every convention. Come on.
Not really at San Japan. I've never
No, this
seen
is
a
the first
preacher
time
at
for
San
San
Japan.
Japan.
Well, I mean, justice was done for Old Spice guy because he got unbanned.
What are you talking
He
about?
got unbanned and yeah, but they haven't apologized or anything to him. But
What happened to the Old Spice guy?
Do you know about the Old Spice guy?
No, I spend most of my time just wandering around the convention.
Apparently, at every San Japan, there's a very well built black guy that attends the convention with
Seen that guy.
white pants, shoes, and a towel, but no shirt.
I've seen that guy.
So he looks like the fancy Old Spice guy, not the what's his name, Terry something?
Not Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, not Terry Crews.
Not Terry
the
Crews,
loud,
the other guy.
the smooth,
The
suave.
smooth, suave, sophisticated one. But apparently, this year, San Japan added a few new dress code rules. And apparently, Old Spice guy did not meet the criteria for he did not have a shirt on. And apparently, they don't like well-built black nipples in the convention. So,
Hashtag
free the nip.
I-
But so he got, I think from what I heard, he got permabanned or regular ban or whatever ban. He got
He
banned.
took his badge.
They took his badge and he couldn't attend, but then they unbanned him because it was bullshit.
Yeah, they didn't. They originally said something about him being banned, forever, could not come back. They've undone that. They didn't apologize, but he did get kicked out of the con, though. He did legit get kicked out of the convention, and San Japan is looking into the matter. Basically, it looks like someone overstepped their bounds. Because the thing is, there's a dress code, but he knows about it. What Old Spice Guys does is he always carries a shirt and he carries a cape. So there are a lot of open shirt cosplays like Kenpachi. That's okay under the rules. So what he'll do, he'll put on a cape, because the cape actually then he's being compliant with the rules. And if they don't like that, he always has a shirt with him, and he will always put on the shirt if asked to do so. He'll take off the shirt for photos, but he'll put the shirt back on when he's just wandering the floor. But apparently they didn't give him a warning. They just took his badge and kicked him out. They did not follow proper process. Apparently San Japan is looking into it. Someone screwed up. Someone screwed up bad. He should not have been kicked out. Seems to be the determination.
Yeah, I mean, which is a little unfair because there's been, I think I counted 5 diva cosplays, which are just skin tight bodysuits.
Mm-hmm.
Those were good, but if you let those gals in, but not Old Spice Guy, I mean, come on. There was also a Widowmaker whose outfit was literally falling apart.
Her ass too fat.
It was actually her breasts.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wait, it's not better because where the butt goes.
Well, we don't have to. We don't have to discriminate, Tom.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We appreciate the booty, or we appreciate the boobs, but we worship the booty.
Yeah. Well, you guys. I mean, you can't spell button without butt.
Right. Right. Anywho, so let's talk about our experiences at the San Japan. Let's start with. Oh, well, Tori seems to be the longest on this list, so.
Let's take mine last.
Oh, you want?
You guys go first.
Okay, then how about the professor?
Okay, let's see. Well, most of what I did, apart from being staff, so once again, I ran the late night gaming room. Yay.
Which I couldn't attend because I was way too tired.
I know. John and Shawn made appearances, though. John actually, Saturday night, John brought some of the alcohol into the room, or of course, I didn't see any of it. You know, if I'd seen it, I would have had to tell him to put it away. But you know, I didn't see any of it. I heard about it all after the fact.
He brought soda, Professor.
Yeah, he brought soda. He brought power juice. There we go. That's what I was calling the root beer and bourbon that Tom swapped for my rum and Coke. That's what I call it. Power juice. There we go. You know, go One Piece. You're safe.
The delicious taste of cola.
Yeah, we had 20-year-old rum, which he shared with a lot of us. It was really smooth. He brought in some fairly high grade sake. One of my friends actually ended up taking that back to his hotel room.
What a bitch! I never got any of that.
Yeah, you didn't?
Lucky John.
No, that's why I was so pissed, because apparently John drank a lot of it and never gave any of it to me.
You know what, Ryan?
Man. Oh no, the sake. Yeah, he brought the sake to the room. Shared it with some of us. Like I got a couple cups full, but then he didn't want it. He didn't want to bring it back. So one of my friends, like there was a good third of the bottle left. My friend just took it back to his hotel room. I gave
sake
it
that I could have had.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm shedding a
you
tear.
Didn't have any. I would. Oh man.
Oh, I'm not
Then
blaming.
Ryan
I'm not
could've
blaming
made
you,
the sake
Professor.
too.
I'm not blaming you,
Okay.
Professor. I'm blaming John.
Damn
Oh
it, John.
man, that sucks. But no, it was really good. It was a good selection of alcohol there. But we also had a lot of fun in the room. So San Japan tried something new, a 24-hour tabletop room, where it was in the Hyatt 4th floor and it was open the whole time. And what was bad though is they didn't tell the guy who runs tabletop that it existed, so he didn't have any staff for it at all until I pointed it out, and it was like, oh, well, hey, Professor, do you want a room? And I'm like, sure. So they basically just gave me the entire room. It became the ice room, essentially. I set up my posters, set up shop. I was there Friday night. I was there pretty much all of Saturday, and Saturday evening it was the ice room. We had games of ice being run there. We had some other folks stop in here and there. Sunday I went back to the convention center because it is a Hyatt really dies on Sunday. But it was cool. I basically had my own room to run RPGs in. It's a nice small quiet room, great for RPGs. We'll probably put more role playing games in there next year. There's going to be a new head of tabletop. She's owner of Roll to Play. I'm already working with her. I will probably be staff again under her, doing basically the same thing. So that's really good. As for Ice itself, oh man, this was the 1 year anniversary of Ice. So Ice
Woo.
Ice first premiered publicly. We got our first public game at the last San Japan in 2015. That is also, by the way, where I got handed a card, like a random female cosplayer handed me a certain card talking about the Communicast, and that's how I found out about no wait, actually, of course, it wasn't the Communicast. It was the other name.
The Whip Podcast.
Yeah, and
Was that
those
Tori?
assholes.
Or was it Colleen?
No,
No, it
I
wasn't
didn't
for-
hand him. I wasn't at San Japan. It must have been Colleen.
No, it wasn't actually. It was John was having some of his friends who were cosplayers just hand out cards to random people throughout the Hyatt,
Oh.
and so I got it was someone who wasn't connected to the podcast at all. Just handed me a card. It's like, oh, here. So I took it. I was like, oh, hey, podcast. Maybe I'll try to advertise with these people. That might be fun. And it turned I'm here. So San Japan 2015. Now this was the 1 year anniversary of a lot of things. 1 year anniversary of finding about you guys. 1 year anniversary of when we publicly started running ice games. A lot of other things. This also marked the 6th year that I've been staff for a con. So San Japan is the con I've been at the longest now as a staff person. It's really nice. But I had a lot of new players. I think I ended up running 3 games, 2 of which had 8 players in them. So, and then the other one had, I think, 6 or so. So I had over 20 players, most of them brand new to the game, including Ryan, which is awesome. We'll hear more about that later. I won't talk about the game. I'll let you do the summary. But I also had several of the people from the very first game come back. So I had, Mark Gaddis and John Waltz and Nathan, who were there the first time I ran Ice, when it was, just a 90-page dinky little booklet that I had hole punched. They remembered from those days. They got to play the new version, and they were all like, oh my god, this thing has like 300 something pages and it's really well done now. And like, yeah, it really grew. And it was so cool. I wish some of the other players from the first time could have been there. There was actually a contingent, like 4 or 5 guys from Texas A&M who had played the first time. They couldn't be there because the new times for San Japan during Labor Day conflict with A&M. It makes it harder for them to come out here. So that's unfortunate. I wish I got to meet them again because I would have loved to see their reaction. But yeah, as 1 year anniversary goes, it was wonderful. It was I really knocked it out of the park. Made a lot of connections. Got a lot of people interested. The other cool thing is I got to commission new art. I got 4 artists new to the game. Got some art from them. Various price levels. One of my favorites is one called Penguin Slide. That's his nickname. It's a friend of mine sketched it for me, but didn't make it print ready. You have this really mean looking dude walking down the stairs at this other guy, like looking like he's gonna get into a fight. So the other guy's reaction is to just hop on his belly and slide down the stairs, Zoidberg style, going woo. He's got these like goofy expressions. So I had her do that in chibi form with like steampunk chibis, and it's hilarious. Definitely going in the book. Very good piece. I also had finally got some art on the Zuchio. I got a peacock, a steampunk dressed peacock, to represent the Zuchio, watercolor. So it looks really good. I've got another one I've nicknamed Holtzman Go Boom because it's a steampunk girl wielding explosives. She looks kind of like Holtzman from Ghostbusters, but explosion in the background. She's walking away from it looking cool, holding another one, and his basic impression is, "You're next." Love it. That was done in charcoal too. That was really good. I will probably commission more from her. That was great. I had a blast. Really had a blast. Ice has come a long way, and I'm really curious to see where we'll be for San Japan 2017. Whew. Okay, that's enough out of me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
so
ice
who's
is grown.
next?
The next person. What about good old Tom here? Tom, what were you up to? I haven't seen you a whole lot at San Japan. What's up with that?
Just like it's not the time or place for it, but it's just a bunch of drama. Like I had just myself and my anxieties, and like I have like the only reason I was so active at the panel is because I was really drunk, and it's like whatever. But that's neither here nor there. But the first day, it was good. I liked it. It just felt. I heard a lot of people say the same thing. It felt smaller.
It was smaller.
And yeah, it was smaller because like they did the final numbers, and it was like 3,000 people weren't there this year that
No,
were
it
there
was
last
only
year.
like 1,000 or maybe 2,000.
It was like it was
1,600 something people.
it was 19 last
16,000.
year.
Wasn't it
It was
16,000?
19,000 last year. Yeah.
Oh.
It was still good, but it didn't.
Well, I think the biggest thing wasn't it like at a different time or
Yeah.
a different day? Like,
Yeah, they changed the
Yeah.
time. San Japan is normally in either late July or August.
Yeah,
This
and
is why Anime Overload's usually in July. So by shifting to Labor Day, a shift in time means people whose plans regularly around that time period couldn't make it. As I said, I didn't see any of the regulars from the A&M area here. There's like 5 people who I always see at San Japan. I didn't see them, and they're always in the tabletop. So I know we definitely lost some folks because of the change in time, but hopefully,
yeah,
since
there was that, plus there were so many other conventions going on at the exact same time. Like there was PAX West going on. What was it PAX
Dragon
West?
Con,
Dragon
Con's
Con?
the big
Dragon
thing.
Con was.
I know
And
a
then-
lot of I have a lot of photographer, cosplayer, and author friends who were at Dragon Con, not San Japan.
Yeah, and then there's so many other big conventions coming up, just like at the end of this month, like TwitchCon's the end of this month. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It was just a really weird year for me. Like and plus I didn't have like a lot of money to go this year, and I was lucky enough to get to the room, and it was just a big mess. But I did have fun. The one big thing that happened. So me and my sisters and one of my best friends were watching. I don't know why, because my friend likes to piss me off, but like we piss each other off, so it evens out. Um, but he put on like MMD, like cringy fan flashes of Dramatical Murder. I'm not know if you're familiar with Dramatical Murder.
sounds familiar.
It's basically yaoi,
Oh,
and it's like okay.
Ooh.
And so I was like, fuck, I was like, whatever. And then they were like, hey, do you want to go watch like the cringy dub of this? And I was like, you know what, fine. They were showing it at one of the anime rooms, and I was like, okay. So we were going and we were trying to find the room, and then I was like, wait, I have to go to the bathroom like real quick. And I sat down, and then I looked to my left, and there's a pair of feet, and I'm like, okay, well, someone's just going to the bathroom, whatever. And then I see another pair of feet with like they were green furry feet,
Oh.
and I was like, maybe that's his costume. He just dragged in. I don't know. And then I saw those furry feet get on his knees, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm done in the bathroom.
Oh, jeez. That's okay. Well, I think you got a Jessica story right there. Oh dear.
Well, it didn't ruin the con for me. I was just like
That
in the
was-
bathroom.
That was just a weird con experience. That wasn't a Jessica story.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like I've had that happen. Like, I've gotten the foot tap in like a bathroom where I'm like, no, go away. But like hearing the noises and like seeing the fursuit, I'm like, oh no, why here? Like, I just needed to poop, man. But
You should have
then-
just dropped a massive load and just stank it up in there.
I tried. I was just like, oh, I wish I had drank more milk that morning.
Lovely.
But I go back out and I was like, oh my god, like someone's getting blown in there, and that's when I met up with Ryan and Tori, but that's for Ryan's side of the story.
Oh yeah.
What happened to Ryan on the first day? Other than that, like Saturday, we did the panel, had a fun time. Just kind of hung. I really didn't go to I really wanted to go to the Lone Stars panels, but they were at 10 in the morning, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I
that was another complaint that I heard. Like a lot of Fred's panels were in like so early in the morning, and they didn't understand why. And then like our panel and and like one other of Fred's panels was like at like 7 and 6 in the afternoon instead of like at night. Like
It's like
a
at
lot of the
4.
bigger panels were just so early
yeah, and like
from what I heard.
I,
Like, yeah.
I guess it's just me because I'm getting older, but like I really don't care to go to panels anymore. Like it just didn't seem, great. Like I went to the two panels I went to last year. One of them was a real big disappointment. Was they had a pose off at San Japan, and I was like, that seems fun, but it really wasn't that fun. Because we kept putting our hands up and we're like in the front row and we're like, hey, let's be goofy, do poses. But they're like, no, we're just gonna choose all the hot people. And I was like, eat a dick. And so we left like that. Yeah, it's like fucking. I was like, whatever. I didn't really care. But I just didn't. The only panel I went to was like ours and the bandcast, and those are the only panels I go to every year. So, and the game room was the only thing. Just watch some of the tournaments there. I mean, that's like the most fun I had was just playing fighting games with my friend. I mean, but I mean that's all for me. I had a fun time, but if I had money to spend, I'd probably be had a lot more fun. But meh, what can you do? It's life.
Okay.
So going from where I had met Ryan, how's your San Japan?
It was actually pretty damn fantastic.
Awesome. How did you like Tejas?
Texas?
Yeah.
It was great. I just really enjoyed the chance that I got to get away from the house, really. It was really great. I spent most of my weekend just hanging out with Fred, Shawn, and John. It's just like walking around and then like stopping at Fred's booth, and that was really it. And let's see, yeah, and then getting drunk. That was also fun. Went to
So
a
you had
waifu
Oh.
wars panel. That was weird.
That was very strange.
Yeah, it was like everyone started shouting what their waifus was, and then they quote unquote debated on whose waifu was better, and they had a tournament bracket. But like it wasn't really debating because a lot of them just was piss poor at it, and it just ended up being a popularity contest.
Yeah, welcome to Reddit's best AMV or best fucking anything shit.
Let's
It's just
see.
popularity
Then like
contest.
right after that, me and Tori was like, yeah, let's just leave. So we went to an improv panel, and it was actually pretty good. Tori got to be on there.
That was pretty fun. Yeah. I got to be in the game. Not sound effects, but it's like tip of your tongue. Point is, they're doing a scene, and at some point, it's like, if my dad were here, he would say, like the actor will say, and snap their fingers, and then people from the audience, or the chosen people on stage, have to give them something to say. So he's like, oh my god, I can see the light. I can see, and I'm just like, dancing blue women.
Dancing blue women. Yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, yeah, my wife is from Mass Effect. It's so pretty.
That was great.
That was great.
Yeah. And then we met up with everyone else, and then we went towards the Hyatt, and I forget where we were going and why we were going in that direction, but we decided
were gonna meet me.
Oh yeah, we were gonna meet with Tom. We decided to go upstairs, but the up escalators was broken, so the guy there was like, you could just walk up this set of escalator. I'm just like, it would suck if because I was wearing sandals all week and I didn't actually bring shoes because I'm a goddamn idiot. And I decided, like, it would suck if I slipped my foot and cut my foot open. And lo and behold, I slipped, and I was like, oh, that really hurt. That would suck if my foot was just cut open. And I look, and we get to the top, and I start walking, and I look down, and my sandal just has a puddle of blood in it, and I'm like, guys, I'm bleeding.
Oh, man.
And so they're like, oh shit. And so like luckily there was a staff member like right over there, and we're like, hey, I'm bleeding. I need medical attention. And turns out that he did get medical attention, but it took quite a while for the guy to get to me because apparently there was 2 other cases of the exact same thing going on at the exact same time. And
So
he
they're
thought
like, oh yeah, I got the guy already. It's like, no, you got the other guy.
I
who
guess
sliced
there
his
was
throat.
another guy. And so I had to wait a good 10, 15 minutes for the guy to arrive. So I was
Is that
like,
why they,
huh?
is that why they shut off the escalator?
No, I don't know why they shut it off. There was just something wrong with it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was just not exactly the happiest having to wait a good 10, 15 minutes for a first responder to show up to make sure I didn't get, infected or anything. Shawn had to, jury rig up a bandage and clean me up a bit. And then while we were waiting for the first responder, we decided to play a game of Red Flag, which was really fun. Which is what I wanted to do that night anyways, just play Red Flags with everyone. So yeah,
That
it
was
ended
fun.
up going up good.
Hmm.
And then on the last day, I played Ice with Professor and Shawn. And there was like 8 people there, so I didn't expect a whole lot to get done because if you've ever played a D&D game with more than 5 people, combat takes fucking forever.
Yeah.
So I didn't even establish. I was just given a pre-made character. I was like, I'm an octopus with a stick. I was like, that's my character. I like to grapple people. And that's all I established with my character. A lot of other people were like, oh, I've got a secret agenda. I'm just like, I'm an octopus with a stick. Come at me. And then a lot of people were being racist to me because I was an octopus. They were like, oh, you're a weirdo. You're not to be trusted. Then a robot girl showed up. And I tried to stop her from running away. And they were like, why are you trying to kidnap the robot girl? Are you trying to tentacle rape her? I was like, no, because just she was running at me, so I grapple her. Didn't succeed at it. And then it turned out that robot girl was evil. I called it. I was like, have you seen a monster? I was like, is the monster shiny and metal? And they were like, yeah, I don't know what the monster looked like. And then she showed up. And they're like, God, it's the monster. And I'm like, what? Okay, I called it.
Yeah.
And then some guy cut a giant robot squid in half. And then I ripped off the robot girl's leg and bashed it over her head until it broke. Which was fun.
Yeah. She barely got away. Fortunately, her head pops off and drills into the ground. Worked. Thank God. Whew.
Everyone's focusing on the giant robot, and like me and one other guy are smart enough to focus on the robot girl.
Yeah. You guys did pretty good on that one. Last time I ran it, the party was a little higher level, so I actually had 3 mechanical squids. And the whole party did nothing but fight the mechanical squids. They ignored her. So she ended up actually almost barely achieving her goal. Like, she ended up killing her target. Her real power is fusion, where she can take any item and fuse it with herself to suddenly have it. So like the last time, a couple of them cut up to her, and she actually took their weapons and fused them into herself and started using their own weapons against them.
What a bunch of dumbs.
Yeah. Well, then her other trick is she was actually going to take the brain of this guy with very, very advanced control of plants, fuse it into herself, so suddenly she would be able to use that power. And so she would suddenly acquire the ability to manipulate plants and just unleash hell. So the last party almost didn't stop her in time. Almost. They did finally manage to retrieve the brain before she could assimilate it and like drive her off. But barely. And it was close. It was close. You guys did the right thing. You guys focused on her while also taking care of the squid. And yeah, the guy with 2 giant swords rolled like a level 4 result. So it took what should have been like 26 damage to 100 damage. It's like
100 and some damage. It's like, well, you one-shot the thing. Good job.
Yeah, which was cool for him. That was neat. That was really neat.
It was like Zorro right there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So got to slice up a giant robot. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing RPG tabletop games for a while. You tend to learn like don't necessarily focus on what appears to be the big bad. Like there's sometimes there's something around that can help you out, or is
Normally
the
it's a
actual
mysterious
threat.
little girl.
Professor.
My
Yes.
experience
Am
was fighting like a high-level hexer, and I instead shot a raven. Turned out to be his familiar, so he wasn't able to cast his higher-level spells.
Cool. So what were you gonna say, Tom?
Oh, can I like wield a giant phallic object as my weapon? Because I
Dildo
would like
bat?
to do that. I said
Yes,
phallic object.
I have had a character wield phallic objects. Yes, you can do that.
Finally. I know what character I'm gonna do next time I
Uh-oh.
go.
Who are you gonna play?
Oh, I'll play my own created character, Dildous Maximus.
Oh my.
Tildus Maximus.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to any plans to go to RealmsCon?
It's in Houston, right?
No, it's in Corpus.
Oh, I can probably go to Corpus.
Okay, hey, if you want to go, I'm gonna. It turns out, so I'm going to be at RealmsCon after all. Like for the longest time, I didn't think I could afford it. Turns out I can, so I'm going.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be.
Oh yay!
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing FenCon, RealmsCon, and Game Expo all back to back.
Oh, boy.
It's completely insane, but I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to ask for that weekend off like so close after San Japan, especially because I want to ask for the end of October off for Alamo City Comic Con. So I'm just gonna, wait till my schedule for that week comes out, and hopefully, if I'm off that Saturday, then I'm gonna go. But yeah, I won't find out until like that week. But I don't
Okay,
need to book a hotel or anything because I have relatives there. So it would just be calling my grandparents and asking to stay.
Oh, Alamo City! Oh my goodness! I just realized that Alamo City Comic Con is that weekend. Oh my god, the last week of October. Wow, I should.
Hmm
Wait,
I
Kevin
should-
Sorbo's coming to RealmsCon? I gotta go
Again?
now.
Again?
I get.
He
I
was
guess
there
so.
last year, and I wanted an autograph, but they were like $40. Tom, give me an autograph.
Okay, if I go get
Sweet.
if I get Kevin Sorbo,
Sweet.
I'll do that.
Does Alamo City Comic Con have much in the way of tabletop gaming?
No, it's mainly you come to see the big celebrities, and there's an artist alley. I don't know. I don't
Oh.
think there's a lot of gaming.
Okay, so it's mainly autograph mill like the Wizard Worlds.
Yes.
Okay. How they hit 75,000 based on that then? I mean,
They
they're
get
the
big
largest.
celebrities.
Yeah, they're the largest convention now in Texas. So wow. Okay.
Like,
Well, I
this
mean,
year
they
we're
got
getting-
David.
Yeah, we're getting David Tennant, Billy Piper,
Ooh,
Punisher.
Billy
We're
Piper?
getting John
Nice.
Bernthal, and they just announced that we're getting Charlie Cox. So Daredevil is coming.
Whoa.
Nice.
Okay.
And there's an after party, and if you buy the $300 ticket, then you get to party with the celebrities at the after party. I'm like,
Jeez.
oh, I need
Yo,
to get that
Sting is gonna be
ticket.
there.
$300? Jeez. But $300 to party with Tennant? And Billy Piper?
And Sting?
Wait, Sting? Like the musician?
No,
Or the wrestler.
No,
the
different
wrestler.
Sting.
I don't know if I'd want to hang out with the wrestler Sting.
I'd want to hang out with the Punisher.
Whoa, Tom Kenny's gonna be there. I love Tom Kenny.
Tom
SpongeBob
Kenny,
Patrick-
SpongeBob?
Yeah,
Yay!
SpongeBob,
Yeah.
Patrick, Squidward, and Plankton are going to be there.
That's
Oh, man.
fantastic. I like Tom Kenny.
I don't know if they're
Wait.
going to be at the party. That'd be
Hold
so
on.
weird. Just get
Hold
drunk.
on.
Hey, do the Patrick thing.
The name of Squidward, the actor who plays Squidward, his name is Roger Bumpass.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh, Mr. Lawrence, yeah. Of course.
I thought the guy who voiced Squidward isn't a part of the show anymore.
Well, maybe they got a
Whoa.
new Squidward.
Joey Fat One is gonna be there. Joey
That's not
Fatone
nice. Fat one.
and Jamie Kennedy. Whoa. I gotta go
Oh
to
no,
this now.
Son of the Mask guy is coming. Wonderful.
Yeah, but he was in that one movie where he was in a coma and he woke up and he was in the 80s or like in the you know what I mean. You've seen that movie, right? No? Okay.
No, I haven't.
Where he goes in a coma, he was in the 80s and he comes back and it's like the early 2000s. He's like, "Yo, we got to do this dance contest." Nobody watches shitty movies. with me,
I
guess.
don't know that one.
Oh.
I mean, that's not Austin Powers, so I don't know.
What the fuck is that movie? Jace.
Okay, but
Yeah, we can move on. Don't.
yeah, before
Yeah,
we
we're
get
talking about-
to my plans for Alamo City Comic Con, which if I get this ticket, hopefully, then okay. So this week at San Japan, there was a lot of memes. Mainly, there was so much Harambe. Like, our panel was also guilty of this. Just everyone shouting Harambe everywhere. And then
No.
there was also a lot of dabs. Like, people doing that dab dance. Especially because I went to on Sunday, I went to something called Cosplay Games, which was just like, little competitions, like Pose Off, but just like that was one event. There was musical chairs, which was brutal. Especially because we even had like little kids, like there were some like some adults, and then maybe some like I don't know 10 12-year-old kids playing. And during the first round, yeah, the little kid survived a couple times before they lost. The second round, oh my god, none of the kids survived. Everyone was just beating the kids to the seat.
Ouch.
And there's this one guy who was getting too into it, and he was kind of dancing, but he distracted himself because, like, he started dancing backwards so that his butt wasn't in anywhere near the chair when the song stopped. So he lost on the last one. But yeah, I don't know, but butts just get really brutal during musical chairs. They're both like, no, I need the seats.
Butts get really brutal.
It's like that one anime that's coming out that's a bunch of ass battles.
What?
Yeah, they took the concept of the butt battles and they made it into an anime.
Like from Dead or Alive Extreme?
Yeah, it's an anime where there's just asses rubbed raw.
Bare ass? Bare
No.
anime ass?
I wish it was bare anime ass. I wish Kuma from fucking Tekken was in the game. Get it, bare ass? Okay. Good night, everybody.
But
And the
yeah, and it wasn't even, the
Boo.
prizes weren't even that good, because this panel was run by, like, the panel right before it was the same people. It was just like J-pop quizzing. So it was just like a bunch of, regular anime questions, like who is this character? What is this anime? Name the song and
Pikachu.
all that.
It's all Pikachu.
It's Pikachu.
Pikachu!
J-pop!
Fuck!
But yeah, anyway, so that was fun, but the prizes were literally ramen. Literally packages of 12 for $1 ramen.
What
You got
flavor?
For answering questions right.
Oh my god.
What flavor?
I got 3 packages of ramen.
What
I didn't
flavor?
eat ramen.
Was it Metroid Lime?
I think there was lime there, but I didn't get that one. I just got 2 chickens and a beef.
Oh.
But yeah, it wasn't even special ramen. But like, okay, the people like running the panel, they were just this most annoying group of girls. Like, I think they won the cosplay contest, or San Japan Idol or whatever, because they had a trophy with them, and their costumes were really nice. But they were like as weeaboo as you can get. They were like, "Hello, I am Japanese."
Japanese.
Oh, God.
Everything is going to be Daijobu, guys.
And like, if you're like, okay,
Non-deska.
and the next one, exactly. Like this one girl, she would always end her sentences in da-da-da-da. I don't even know why. I didn't even realize that was an anime thing to do.
Oh,
She's
that's
like,
that,
all right,
from
and our
that
next
one
one,
anime.
do-do-do-do.
Oh god.
I know she did that
Why?
so much, and it was so annoying. But it's like, look, I just want to play the game. I'll deal with this, even though I'm literally cringing right now. But the questions were fun. At first, I was like, oh my god, this is so awkward. But it got better. Like once you got used to that's how they're gonna be, it was less awkward.
Lemon
Those are the
lime
most-
flavor. Wait, hold up, back it up. This picture
up?
that Tom just sent. It says Metroid Lime. It says lime flavor with shrimp, and then under that it says lemon flavor. Is it lemon or is it lime? What the fuck is going on here? I'm confused.
Wait, let's see. Limon.
Limon?
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's an actual fruit. It's what you get when you cross a lime and a lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, limon.
It's distinct.
But
It's
it's
not a
okay.
lime or a lemon. It's like a liger. Tiger and lion.
That's not.
Mhm, I
You're
remember.
fucking with me, aren't you? That's not real.
No.
Ligers
No,
aren't
Liger's
real.
real.
Ligers are real.
What?
I don't think
Yeah,
they can
look it
breathe
up.
though. They're like a mule.
Yeah, tigers and lions are close enough related that they can have offspring. The offspring are, however, unable to bear children. Yeah, it's like horse plus donkey equals mule.
Yeah.
I'm just reminded of like the grape and apple fucking thing, which is the worst thing ever.
No,
You
I
ever
think it's
had that
cranberry
like
apple.
grape flavored
There's, like,
apple
apple.
shits? You ever
Oh.
had that? It's the worst.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
No way. Grapple.
Grapple.
Grappling gun.
Grapist.
It's a grape.
I saw that one. The grapist.
I used to have way back in the day, I used to have a guild. It was just me and my friend it was called Graping Kids.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of people were really offended by our guild name. It was like, what?
Really? I wonder why.
It's like they didn't understand. It was Graping Kids. We were throwing grape soda at them. Didn't understand.
Okay, so that
grape
was
soda's
that
very
was
sticky.
Yeah, that was Sunday. I'm working backwards here. I'm starting from what happened on Sunday, and now I'm gonna go back to Saturday. I'm gonna go back to Saturday night, where we went to Dave and Buster's.
Okay.
It was me. It was just all of us. Didn't we all get there?
I don't think Tom was there.
Yeah.
Tom,
I
were
had no
you there?
money.
Oh right,
Yeah.
Tom didn't make it. So
Everyone else was there though.
everyone else was there, and luckily Dave and Buster's didn't take that long for a table. It took like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
Versus
John bought one of them game cards, and I was looking so forward to playing the Mario Kart one, the Mario Kart arcade game, and I'm really good at racing arcades. It's the only thing I'm good at. And I sat down, about to put it in, and John goes, "Ryan, our table's ready." I'm like, "Fuck!"
Should have just played it
1
out.
more minute.
I was
But yeah,
really
so-
hungry. I didn't want to dick
So
around.
we get to Dave and Buster's, and I decided it's like, well, okay, until we get our table, I'm gonna go to the bar and get some drinks. Even though I tried to pregame as fast as I could in your hotel room with John, because finally I got access to John's booze. Because yeah, it's like he brought booze for all of us, but then he kept it in his room where we couldn't get to it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And I brought
John was being
Mixes-
weird that whole weekend with his alcohol.
Yeah,
and then
why? Anyone know?
I don't know.
Because he's Smeagol.
He's
He's
weird.
hoarding it all to himself.
I think that's Smaug. Oh no, Smeagol.
Smaug.
Both.
I mean, I
That's
brought alcohol
Smaug.
as well, but I mean, we didn't get to hang out enough for me to really be able to bust it out. Because we were in the same hotel, I thought that would mean we would meet in a lobby or some such. Then no socializing really occurred other than our panel and a bit on Sunday there.
Yeah, and Dave and Buster's.
Yeah,
So yeah,
where
so
you
we get to
spat
Dave-
my food.
I was gonna get to that. I'm so
What food?
sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I didn't get sick. I actually do not have concrete. So good news, Tori. You're not diseased.
Good. I just gave you
Yet.
something to build up your immunity.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, all right. Continue
But
the
okay,
story.
you would think I had it out for Professor that night, because first I bought his girlfriend a drink, and then I spat on his food. So
Why did you
You
spin
think
his
I was-
food, Tori?
Didn't
was
you
an
sneeze
accident.
on
Okay.
his food?
I was laughing, and I did that laughter with my mouth
Spit-
closed, where I ended up
spit take.
spraying, because I was like,
Oh.
and it got on his food. I was like,
God damn.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I was
Yes,
already
sir.
drunk at that point too, so because at that point I had 3 things of not tequila, of rum and my pineapple juice and a little bit of apple juice, and then I got there because the reason why I gave your girlfriend one of the Scooby snacks, because one, she was Velma, so I couldn't not get her a Scooby snack, and 2, I ordered them for myself, but then she's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's this mixture and stuff." It's like, instead of drinking these 2 shots myself, like I was going to, I'm like, "Here, you can try it."
Oh, you should have just drank it yourself.
Yeah, and I asked what you guys were drinking, and she just said Scooby snacks. I thought she was messing with me because she dressed as Velma. And I was like, are you messing with me?
Nah, it's literally called a Scooby snack. It's called I know what I tasted was the banana in it, because it's got some banana flavoring in it. But other than that, I
Jake
think it's got
tasted that
some
banana.
lime. Yeah, it's a very fruity drink. And it's
Yeah, it
also
is.
got some cream in it. It's got
It's
whipped
pretty good.
cream. It was really good. So that's why I like it so much.
Better have some.
And so then we get to the table and we're just chatting away. I get very chatty when I'm drunk. I was really feeling the drunk stuff. I'm like, great, how am I gonna get home to my family like this? But yeah, I was laughing at something and I did that spraying kind of laughter, and it got on Professor's food, and I was just like, the table just goes silent. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, I can watch Professor try to contain himself.
Yeah.
But I can see him dying on the inside, and he's like, "It's okay, cause you're a girl, and you seem like a clean person, and I'm really hungry, so I'm still
Sure.
gonna eat this." But I'm still like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I was actually hungry. Now, I'll put this in context. If Jonathan had done that, I'd be like, nope, new plate time. Like, no way in hell. Like, nope,
It
not
would have
touching that.
taken forever to get that then.
I know. That was my other concern. We will have another person joining us soon, hopefully, I think. Yes, there we go. And he will enlighten us more on the Dave and Buster's end of thing. Oh my God! It is a blast from our past, our long lost comrade, thought lost in the Jessica War. It is Shawn, aka Grunt OP.
I heard Dave and Buster's.
Yes.
I have a lot of things to say about Dave and Buster's.
Whoa. Yes.
Oh.
It's
just
Shawn
heard the story about Tori trying
Senior.
to poison me with spit.
I've got plenty to say about Dave and Buster's. Where should I begin? Better yet, what did you guys explain so far?
We
Tori
were just
spitting
going one by
on
one.
Professor's food,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
So I talked about the 1 year anniversary of Ice and how much general awesomeness it was, and I talked a little bit about you and John being in the late night gaming. I saw you guys at late night gaming there that night, and like the 20-year rum and the sake.
Oh
you
yeah,
could you could probably add some more to that.
I can. I can add so much more.
Great.
Well, I'm just
The
gonna put it to you
sake
this
that
way.
I never had.
Yeah. Well, the reason why you never got to have it, Ryan, is because John decided to make a stupid ass mistake
I
and
know.
pour 3/4 quarter of it into a how do I put this?
A
really
carafe.
big, yeah, a craft glass, and filled the rest of it with orange juice, and I think guzzled about a good amount of it before looking at me with a look of, Shawn, I fucked up. And I'm like,
Dear
what did
Lord,
you?
what have I done?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
So
Sean?
Yeah.
Sean!
yes,
Hey,
it is
he's
I.
here.
Okay.
Oh, he's still here.
Everything's all good.
Okay.
Everything's good. I'm still alive. Yeah, but no, that was fun because well, John had this look of I fucked up, and I said, John, that thing that's fucking stupid. Why did you do that? He's like, Shawn, mistakes were made, and I'm like, yes, mistakes were very much made. And so I made sure we got it divided amongst the table. John was still grasping onto it, and I understand why, but to prevent John, to make sure John got back to the hotel room okay, I made him divide up the rest of the orange juice sake. Think of it as like a triple sake screwdriver, so to say.
Wow.
Yeah. And as I said, the leftover sake that didn't go into the carafe ended up going to my friend who took it back to his hotel room.
That's good.
Yeah.
People
It was
enjoy it.
drunk, and it
Wasn't it's not good because I didn't get any of it.
I
No,
know. I'm
well-
sorry. That was some good. That was good sake. It was very smooth. I'm not a huge alcohol person. Sake is one of my favorites.
I work in a bar, so I am an alcohol person. But speaking of which, being alcohol person, thanks to John, I now have a full liquor cabinet to which I can use at any point in time and divide amongst anyone in the house if so ever they feel to come over.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. If I have a really tough day, I will probably guzzle down the rest of the 20-year-old rum.
Oh, you okay? That's where the rest of it went. Okay.
I'm glad
Nice.
I at least got some of that.
Yeah,
Good,
that was
I got
good
none
stuff.
of that.
I've been slowly sipping on the Tonka gin. Oh wait, I forgot. Dave and Buster's, that experience.
Yes.
Oh my God, where do I even begin with that?
You had the worst experience out of all of us, so this should be something in all its horribleness that you get to just cut loose on.
Well, let's see. I remember ordering the food around the same time as everybody else. Take a quick drag off my cigarette. I remember seeing everybody get their stuff slowly, one by one. Everybody else got it in like a 45-minute to an hour time frame. I remember the professor had his food overcooked a little bit. I remember a lot of food being overcooked, and I remember John did not get tater tots with his food.
Yeah. Well, they swapped the burgers. John and Amanda got each other's burgers, and John didn't get his tater tots.
to which the tater tots were then supplied. May I add with a quickness, my food, and I'm going to go on record to say this right now, it might have been a bad night, or the cook may have had a shitty time, or customer service just is not great around convention time, but my food should not have taken 90 fucking minutes to come out of the kitchen at all. It shouldn't have taken that long. It shouldn't have taken me a full feature-length film to fucking come out of the kitchen. The only feature-length film that got started in that night was me getting pissed off at the end of it and then me going out to drink. That was pretty much how that feature-length film ended. And how customer service started to comp me was when I started ranting and raving how about, I'm going to complain so much, I hope I get an employee fired. To the point where management just magically popped the fucking head out of nowhere, just like with a quickness, because the minute they hear employee and fired, they go, oh, my job is on the line. And then they came over there and comped me, gave me this excuse of like, oh, our server is day one. I've seen day one servers act so much more fucking confident than what was going on tonight. That's not day one service. That was, oh, I thought this was going to be a slow night type service, even though it's a weekend and da-da-da-da-da.
It's Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend, as a matter of fact. Regardless of the fact that many people were drinking on this Riverwalk. Regardless of the fact that many people ate out to eat at the Riverwalk. They should not have had that amount of customer service. Oh, but they decided they wanted to comp me with a Caesar salad.
A pretty shitty Caesar salad.
It was a shitty Caesar salad. Here, let me tell you how shitty that Caesar salad was. It was yellow. I don't know if
How yellow was it?
Yeah, it was yellow because John pointed that out, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to eat this anymore because I realized the ranch had been replaced with blue cheese sauce.
What?
Lovely.
Wait, what?
Yes, it did not taste like ranch. That's something that I didn't get to point out because I was already in a very pissed off state at the time, but it did not taste like ranch at all.
So was it blue cheese substituted for ranch, or was it ranch that had turned into blue cheese?
I think
I don't
it
think
was.
he even knows.
I don't know how to confound that conundrum of what happened in the kitchen, but I can't believe that they even fucked up something that was given to me for free. I mean, understandable, it's for free, and I wasn't all mad about that. I think the only thing I was mad about was when I finally got my food. Oh, let me tell you about the burger I got that took 90 fucking minutes to come out, because I think the patty spent 90 minutes on the fucking grill before they realized, oh, that's mine, and the customer is getting really, really angry.
So it was the greatest burger ever, right? When you bit into it, deliciousness flowed over you. It was like a Food Wars orgasm, complete with juicy explosions, right?
Meet the juice.
Oh my God, no, no! It was a complete fucking polar opposite of that. My food, when I bit into it, felt like I was biting into charcoal that you taste right off the grill. Like it's still in the grill that cooks the burger. Like this had been left on the grill for so long. I thought it was screaming to me, "Kill me, please."
That's why I always order any form of meat just medium rare, because if they slightly fuck it up, worst case scenario, it's just medium, and I can be okay with that.
And I mean, that wasn't it at all. It's like half the stuff that wasn't even supposed to be on the burger wasn't there. The onions got burnt, and I don't know how the hell you burn onions. Apparently very easily, from a matter of fact. They weren't caramelized correctly. On top of that, the buns. Oh, the buns. They were burnt to shit on the inside. The only thing edible on that entire burger was the boneless buffalo wings that were on there. I only got to enjoy 2, and so there was only 2 left, and even they had a taste of the graveyard that was the charcoal burger that was sitting in front of me. The only thing I got to eat on that table, on my plate at all, was the tater tots. Because if they fucked up tater tots, I was about to take the plate and start throwing it at people in management because of how mad I was at this point in time.
Could have been soggy.
Also, yeah, it could have been soggy. Oh, I also need to point out, for folks here on the podcast, John and I are very competent bartenders. We know our stuff. the drinks that we ordered at the table, I didn't order anything because I knew going into this bar, if they were gonna fuck up my food, they were sure as hell gonna fuck up my drink. On top of that, took everybody about, would you guys say roughly about 10 to 15 minutes to get your drink? Yeah.
A bit, yeah.
See,
But I don't know. Time seems to really go by fast when I'm drunk. So that 10 minutes felt like 5 minutes because
was
my
10 to
perception of
15
time is gone.
okay. So to point that out, mixed drinks of that variety are supposed to take anywhere in the ballpark of maybe about 2 to 4 minutes with an
The first time
experienced
they were
bartender.
fast. The first
Yeah.
2 shots they asked for were fast. Once we were actually at the table, then. But, I had my food to work on, so I didn't mind that much.
Like, I got up to go to the bathroom to check. There was nobody sitting at that bar, hence one person. So the fact that I guess they didn't have their A game, maybe their C game. We're talking maybe gamma flight more than alpha flight, and that's not really saying much. But it shouldn't have taken that long to get drinks. Overall, considering I got screwed the raw end of the experience at Dave and Buster's, I got all the Dr. Pepper I wanted in the world. So there's that. They really couldn't screw up Dr. Pepper. I'm pretty sure if they were making it homemade, they'd figure out a way to. But no, I had a very shitty, horrible experience at a Dave and Buster's at the mall. Granted, when I talked to my boss about it, she said, well, they never gave bad service to me. And which I replied, I guess you didn't go there around con season because they totally fucked me up the ass without the lube.
But yeah, so that was Dave and Buster's for us. So that was our Saturday night socializing.
Fun.
So we at the Communicast do not recommend eating at the Dave & Buster's there in San Antonio, at least during
mall.
con season.
Yeah, in the mall.
But don't even try to get a table at any of the, Riverwalk restaurants on Saturday night, because that's what we tried to do at first.
Oh, no. Well, we could have, actually. I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but Tony Roma's at Luciano's had openings. There weren't even people outside. We could have easily gotten a table at those 2 spots.
We could have gotten the table at those spots, but realizing the fact that it would have been a 45-minute to an hour wait, and considering you had to get back to that area in like a certain amount of time.
Which ended up not happening anyway.
Yeah, right.
We went on a wild goose chase.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up on a wild goose chase and ended up at the Dave & Buster's, to which things had just not seemed to go against us. I'm still mad about a burger I didn't get to enjoy, and it's already been a week later. Why am I so mad about it still?
Well,
But yeah, that was Saturday.
Well, the cruelest part is John still had to pay for it.
Yes, my God, I feel really bad for John, and this was me asking him to help me out with food, and he said, "Yeah, that's cool." Considering I did the stupid decision of deciding I was going to buy food at a con and buy a lot of stuff at a con because this is the first time in a while I saved up a lot of money, and I decided I was going to put all that money to use, which I did. I ended up broke at the end of the time because I needed caffeine in the morning, and energy drinks at a convention just seem to cost $5. So thank you, event center in San Antonio for charging those prices. I understand you guys have to make rent, but I charged $3.75 for Red Bull at the bar. Maybe you guys could charge $3.75 for Amp Energy, something that isn't an energy drink. Oh God.
But yeah, also, okay, so one of the last few things. Okay, so going backwards. So we went to Lone Star's Let's Play panel. We went to a lot of their panels. We went to their Italian folk tales, which just had very strange tales with no real lessons. Just like, you save the princess, you get, strange gifts from old men, and these old
You
men
throw a
help you
rock
live
and hit a
longer.
woman, and you marry her.
Exactly.
And that,
Italians are
walnut-
weird.
that walnuts have a lot more in them than need be.
And they really
that you
don't
think them
like
would
Turkish
taste.
people. They just
Exactly.
don't like Turkish people.
It's
What?
Italy and
Yeah,
the Middle Ages. They hated Turkish people so much.
My God, they were so racist. To
Like, imagine
Turkish
just
people.
all the racism against like black people plus all the Islamophobia. Mix those together, and you have the hatred for the Turks.
Yeah, it was weird.
But
Yeah, it was just.
But yeah, so we also Yeah, we also went to our Let's Play panel where we played the first game they played, which I actually got to see, was them playing Grand Theft Auto, where people were like, steal a military airplane, go like. Okay, first thing he tried to do was to find a blimp, steal the blimp, and then land in the military blimp. Land the blimp in the military base so that he could take one of the, military air fighters. Well, as the blimp is crashing down into the place, his character jumps out and apparently gets shot. And as the blimp is, totally blowing up, you just get wasted. Just as he exits the blimp. So he tries it again. This time he doesn't go in a blimp. He just takes he didn't take a helicopter. I think he took a regular plane. Yeah, we took a regular plane from the airport. And this time, we actually got to the military base. We actually stole the fighter plane, but right as we're taking it off, we got shot and boom,
He got
wasted.
about like
Everyone...
10 feet in the air when a tank just shot him right out of the air. Just like, boom. Like,
and everyone was like, oh!
Their goal when they were playing Grand Theft Auto 5 was just steal a fighter plane. And that was their goal.
And they kind of did it. They stole it. They just didn't get very far with it.
And Force always tried using a blimp.
The whole crowd was into it.
Every time he, right before he got in the blimp, I would shout, punch the blimp, and he would punch the blimp, breaking the windows, and then get inside.
Yeah, I think out of everybody that managed to succeed in doing what they needed to do, it was Fred that managed to succeed in stealing the jet.
Yeah,
the tank blew up the jet as soon as he was in the jet.
He got the jet in the air. I'd call it a success.
Yeah,
I too.
Jet.
He just didn't get to play around in it, which was a shame.
Yeah. No, that was.
So that was something I did on my own. Is I went to karaoke, and I decided to do. I looked at what they had, and they didn't have any of the English songs that I wanted. So I looked at the Japanese list, and they did have "Me Me Me" by Teddy Lloyd. That very. It's not by Gainax. Is it by the studio that did Kill la Kill? It's at least inspired and directed by some of the people who work on that. Like, it feels like a Gainax production.
It's
especially
not.
with the bouncing booms.
Well, it was just an event that Gainax and Production IG had. It was just shown there. It's an animation thing that we're just like, oh well, these talented Japanese animators, this is what they have to show. That's about it.
Yeah, so that video was some craziness. So I was trying to do karaoke. I absolutely flubbed the song because I can't do Japanese at all. But it doesn't matter because a lot of people in that room, only maybe 3, have seen this music video before. And it starts off, I think I'm scaring them with the boobs. Like, even the person who was in charge of karaoke said, kids, cover your eyes right now. If you can't handle this, cover your eyes. So they knew it was going to be pretty inappropriate. We thought it was just going to be the boobs because, of course, there's bouncing boobs. Then I knew it was coming. I was like, oh my god, wait for it. And you think I'm telling them to wait for the boobs in his face. No, she pukes in his mouth. And everyone just, like, goes crazy.
She pukes in his mouth?
Yeah, she pukes in his mouth in the video.
It's gross.
I know. And then if that wasn't enough, they just totally just started bawling with laughter when the little mean girls, the cute little, waifu types, start, shooting, like, machine guns out of their boobs. And everyone was just like, what is this? So I showed a whole bunch of people that music video at karaoke.
Nice.
So now it's got video for the first time. I also got great commission arts by Jinzilla, Blue Lin, because, like, I gave them really good references, so they really got my characters right. I was really happy. I was very pleased. I also got some nice pops. Like, I got little Bruce Wayne from Gotham, because I need more DC pops on my shelf. So they didn't have a lot of DC. They just had, like, Batman, Harley Quinn, not else, but they did have little baby Bruce, and I like little baby Bruce. So I got that, and I also got Louise Belcher from Bob's Burgers. I got that for my sister, because she loves Louise. And I also got some cool t-shirts, like one with Jessica Jones, Captain America, same language. I got that one. And I also got a BB-8 shirt. And this Waifu Wars panel, which we went to on Friday, I went with Ryan. It was very weird. It was just like, what you'd expect from something like that. Nerds, trying to explain why their waifu was better. And some of the explanations were legit. Like, they'd be like, my waifu is a very powerful dragon enchantress.
Well,
Yeah.
wow.
Now that she's a brilliant military strategist and all that. And then you have, that's one guy's argument where it's like, well, she seems legit. She seems like a very powerful woman. Then the other guy's like, my gal's got Daisy Dukes, double D's, and a whip. And the whole room just goes, yeah! Like, woo!
I
And
think
so,
that was the. I
Daisy
think that
Dukes
was the
and-
guy defending poison, though. So, yeah.
Nah,
All you
It might
need
have
for
been
poison.
I don't even remember which one won, but that was the gist of it. You'd have really well thought out actual arguments for their waifu, and then you just have, hey, do you like explosions?
No, one of them was
And,
just
you know-
explosions. Enough said, and I'm like, what?
I know one guy was just.
I think one woman
So,
just said
yeah,
she
that
has
was-
boobs, and I'm like, they all have boobs. They're waifus.
Did anyone
There was-
attempt to use glasses as a justification? It's
I
like,
don't
my
think
waifu is
so.
best because glasses.
I
No,
don't- I
because
don't
you
think
weren't
so.
there, Professor.
No.
That's a shame.
If you had gone up to someone did. I think they were defending the waifu from Steins Gate, and I was
Oh.
like, oh, I bet Professor loves that one.
Yeah, Makise, she doesn't have glasses, but she loves lab coats, and that's fine in my book.
hmm And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have
That's all you have?
for my Sandapan.
Is that all? You sure you don't have anything else?
Well, there was
I'm kidding.
our panel.
We're actually starting to run out of time, so let's make the panel part. Wait, we still have Shawn. Shawn,
Mm-hmm.
how was
Sean
your
already
how was
described
your
it.
weekend?
Yeah.
Other than Dave
Oh.
and Buster's, although you and I have similar experiences, so I think I covered pretty much what we both did.
Well, let's see. Oh, as far as JoJo stuff that we bought, this is the one experience I'll talk about. Ryan and I actually sought out and found JoJo stuff. Ryan ended up with an awesome JoJo's Bizarre Adventure T-shirt,
Yeah.
and I ended up with a $66 figure of one of the minor antagonists, or it was a central antagonist around his arc, but a minor antagonist overall in the series. And I'm proud to say that that was the only statue at the booth in the entirety of the convention. What else? What else did I do? What else? Oh, did you guys mention Preacher Man?
Yeah, we mentioned Preacher Man.
Oh my God, wasn't he a hoot?
No,
the
it's
reason
so
why-
much of a hoot.
Yeah, no, I'm being sarcastic. No, it's just, well, thank God the security guys working that con this weekend, except for the one that delayed in getting Ryan medical treatment that he needed at breakneck pace. But I have a friend that works in security, and so what I decided to do, instead of just dig with them, I was outside and I wanted to see what was going on. And my personal experience, because this dude directly started talking crap to me. And one of the things he called me a fornicator, he called me a hypocrite, and he called me a heathen. Now, two of these three things I can jive with, but one of these things did not settle right with me. So what I decided to do was help out security just for a tiny bit. And I stood outside, laughed, smoked a cigarette, and prevented people from punching this guy in the face.
He became a meme. That was the best thing.
Yeah, he became a meme, and I shared a video of him that made it on Facebook. And within 30 minutes of me sharing that, it got pulled. So I want to know who the fuck pulled my video on the Facebook staff. I'm calling you out, Zuckerberg. I'm calling you out because you're censoring my freedom of speech on a social page that's becoming a lot like 4chan. I went there. Come at me, America.
So is that everything? Oh, me and Shawn danced the that one dance that when you and your mates play Dark Souls and it
Oh yeah.
with the
Yeah, we got
Take On Me song.
Yeah, we got like a
Oh.
group of 15 people following us, and somebody recorded video of it, and I've yet to see the video of it. But I didn't know how many people were behind me, but apparently it was enough to where we kind of crowded the walkway as we were doing this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, I got to do a little bit of that at Anime Overload. We had a little bit of that. Someone did take on me in the karaoke room, so like 6 of us just did a Congo line around the table dancing that. It was great.
Nice. Unfortunately, that like destroyed me for the rest of the weekend because I have a magnesium deficiency, which means that if I don't get my proper intake of magnesium, and I'm on my feet for too long, my legs feel like they're on fire and also strapped tightly with belts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Well, you soldiered on, and you did a good job, and you joined me in the dance of my people.
Of course.
Also, Ryan, did you mention how you and I just beat John with the Bibble?
No, I didn't mention it. So on the first night, or it was morning, really, of the convention. I think it was like the day before convention started. We stayed at a hotel, and we were just goofing around. And I think Shawn opened up a drawer and he found a Bible and a Book of Mormon. And so John was being his stupid self because he likes being stupid. So me and Shawn were like, "Stop being stupid or we'll beat you with the Bible." And so he continued being stupid. So we started smacking him with the Bible, and one of the other people that was staying with us in a room took a picture of it right as Shawn chucked the Bible right into his stomach.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
No, it wasn't much that. And the running joke for then on for the rest of the convention, anytime Ryan and I felt that John kind of did something that was a little bit out there, either Ryan or I would look at John and go, "This is why you got beat with the Bibble.
This is why you deserve the Bibble."
Like you said that in the middle of the panel too, I think.
I think we probably did say that in the panel. We said in the panel, we would say that as we're walking down the street. We'd say that at like multiple points during the weekend.
Yeah, and then when Ryan and John ended up staying over for the night over at my place, we mentioned that story, and I asked the owner of the apartment. Her name is Chevelle. She's a very lovely woman. I asked her. I asked Chevelle, "Hey, Chevelle, do you have a Bible?" And she's like, "Yeah, be right back." And she grabs me this giant deluxe edition of physics Bible.
It was like a study Bible, I think she said.
John is just looking at this thing in fear. He's like, "No," and I just hit him with it.
It's why you get the Bible.
This is why you.
It was like, "Oh, the Book of Mormon has no power over me," and then I just beat him with it. He's like, "No, still." Yeah, abusing John's funny.
It's funny because he screams.
9 times out of 10, he deserves it.
Yes.
The 10th time, it's just funny.
Yeah, the 10th time it was just funny, or me getting a skill shot.
Alright, so we're starting to run out of time, so let's wrap it up with our overwhelmingly successful panel.
Woo.
Not all of you go at once.
So I'm told that I'm going to hell because I had to read the Jesus Hitler fanfic.
Oh, the Jesus X Hitler. How do you think
I
I
can't even
feel?
say
I had
the
to.
word Jesus.
I was playing Hitler. You were just the narrator.
You played
John.
Hitler so well that I asked you to be Red Skull for me.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable, Tori.
Wow.
I know, it was
Wow, Professor.
That was really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that
Like
comment
being
got the
Hitler
rest of the
is fine, but taking part in your rape story is no. That's the line.
I
Well,
had.
that's
No.
the last time you read
I thought that was fun.
It was fun, but I was the voice of God. Why weren't any of those comments directed towards me?
Yeah.
Shawn was
no,
God.
Not in a serious way. I was not
John
told I was
was
going to hell in a
Jesus.
serious way. Thankfully, it was all jokingly. But it's like,
that's good.
jeez. But yeah, no, people liked my narration, so that was nice. The I think I said it before, but what I should have done is after reading the Harambe fic, I should have said, "Welcome to the Communicast," and basically made that our intro. That's how it should have happened.
We started off with John meets Harambe. We're supposed to be like Connor meets Harambe, but we didn't know who Connor was. We were just assuming it's some random kid. So we just replaced it with John.
Because John actually, lives in Brownsville, where Harambe used to be, so it made more sense.
And wow.
Then we continue with me reading Poopsie, which I really enjoyed because I love doing that voice.
Great. Mm-hmm.
They were loving it.
Everyone was into it. We were like, "No, Grubs!
Grubs, no!" And then the knife,
Grubs.
and then she hit him. How? Oh fuck! How do I do the voice again? And then she hit through the rock at her hand, and it hit her, and she dropped the knife. When she went to reach for it, she realized it had landed on Grubs' face. That's not how the voice was. I don't remember how I did the voice, guys.
Yeah. Okay, the thing is, I don't see how that was a Five Nights at Freddy's OC.
It wasn't. That was a different story. I wanted to do the origin story, not the Five Nights at Freddy's story.
Right. It was the creepypasta.
We found the I think we found that story because we found the Five Nights at Freddy's story, and then I was looking through the other works and we found that the origin story, and that was just a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, the Five Nights at Freddy's one is actually kind of lame. It's just like, the spirit of Poopsie's taking place in one of the fucking animatrons. Or something. I don't know. It's dumb.
Oh.
Something.
But yeah, we had a great audience who was just very responsive to us. They really loved it.
Yep.
We only had like a small handful of people leave, which was to be expected, but we nearly filled that room.
Well, because random people leave to go to the bathroom or to go to other events. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was surprised that we had so many people when we were up against Team 4-Star.
Yeah, man. I went outside to go do hype, and I just saw this small little line, and I'm like, where are you guys out here for? Because I saw the line traveled all the way back down the hall, and I was like, Jesus fuck. And so I was like, I had to like double check to make sure they weren't there for like another panel. It's like, so which panel are you guys here to see? Oh, the Bad Fanfiction one. And I was just like, I must run and go tell the others.
Yeah, Shawn just comes back and is like, there's a line outside, and I'm like, what? For our panel?
I did that when the line was smaller, because I saw, like, this is our room. Are we sure that this line is in the right place? So I asked, like, hey, what are you here for? Same thing, Bad Fanfiction panel. And I was like, oh my god. I'm like, guys, we have a line.
Yeah, you're shaking, Tori.
I was getting nervous.
Oh, man. It's okay. I was a bit nervous up there myself, too.
I wasn't nervous at all because I had the sweet taste of cola. I was drunk.
Sweet taste of cola. Oh yeah.
I was drunk, and I've done theater work before. We're standing.
You know,
in front
you
of a
can't
large
say
group of
cola
people.
in front of Hispanics because cola means asshole.
The sweet taste of cola.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
I
everything
was like, I've told
better.
John so many times that I don't like soda, and he's like, here, he passes me a Coke, and I'm like, John, I don't like soda, and he's like, oh, fine, be that way. I'm like, how many times do I have to tell you? Like, that was literally the joke.
He was giving you free booze, and you just spat on his face. In some countries, that'll get you shot. Not joking.
Oh, physical violence. Oh, how it pleases thy soul.
So yeah.
I was in Japan.
It was San Japan. It was 10 out of 10.
Thank you for everyone who came to our panel. We had a wonderful
for
time.
you. You know who you are.
Jojo, that one guy.
Remember how John just called out that one girl who said something during the Hitler x Jesus panel, and he's like, no, I want you to come up here, and I want you to take the microphone and tell everyone what you said.
It's
like saying that's a goof though.
I think that was the one who said Jesus is getting nailed tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh man,
that was our cringeworthy moment.
wasn't
So-
cringeworthy. That was comedy gold.
It was comedy. It was criminy gold. It was criminy gold.
That
I like
and
the
the
one
guy.
I like the one I crypted. Was like, well, that's the Eucharist for you.
I like that one guy who was like, excuse me, I came here for bad fan fictions, but all I have is a boner right now.
I was like, well, that's all on you, buddy.
I know that's on you. I wish we had finished that SpongeBob X Naruto one.
I'm really glad I didn't get to read that that Suicide Squad fanfic.
Oh,
I was
God.
so sad because I looked up that one especially for you, Sean.
Oh, I'm very happy, Tom.
I'm
but I
sad we
wanna-
didn't get to the JoJo X Shrek one.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that had like onions and stuff going
Yeah,
in
John made
places
it
you don't
seem
want
like-
it to go.
Yeah, John made it seem like we were gonna get through these quickly. Like, oh no, we need like 15 lined up.
Well,
Yeah,
we were
I
there
kinda
for an hour and a
knew-
half, and we didn't
Yeah.
know how long like each would take. So we, got a bunch just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I could have. I mean, I kind of knew we were going to fill the time with what we had because I've been there reading stuff. Yeah, reading always takes longer than you think it will.
Yeah, and especially we had it great. We had it lined up. Again, I'll say it before. I'm really glad we didn't get to the suicide one because for you folks at home, an angry Shawn is not the best Shawn to be around, and that movie has caused quite a lot of anger for me. I think it would have been a lot of joking anger, but I think afterwards I would have been like, Tom, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
You get the bibble.
You get the bibble. You get the bibble as soon as I can find the bibble.
All right. I think that about covers it for San Japan. Thank you all for listening in. This has been Silver Fist, and that is everyone say goodbye.
Good night,
Say goodbye.
everybody. See you next year.
See you next year.
Nah,
We're not gonna do another
IcePressRevolution.com.
podcast until next
See
year.
you next Labor Day.
Well, yep. Goodbye, everyone. It's going to be Labor Day again in 2017. Hopefully, it gets more of the convention center. Hopefully, it gets more people. But yep, 2nd year anniversary of Ice. It's going to be even bigger. I swear. But I'll hopefully see you there. And this time, maybe I'll get the entire
IceRevolution.com.
Communicast to play a game of Ice. That would have been kind of nice. Yeah. Oh, Shawn, are you going to be at RealmsCon or not? I've got Tom saying he might be able to make it.
That is up in the air for me right now. But as soon as I can nail down an answer, I will get back to y'all on that one. Put me down as maybe.
Okay. Yeah, because you don't need a hotel for that one, right? You just
No.
commute.
Yeah, it's just a commute. I've got a house. I don't need to be in a hotel in a town I'm living at.
Great. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's why I said. So maybe 3 of us can be there. That'd be good because I will be going. Turns out, last minute change of plan.
Alrighty, badass.
All right. Tune in next week as we all dress up as Rocky Horror Picture Show characters and beat John with the bibble. Goodbye, everybody.
The greatest bibble ever told. Yeah.
Good night, and salutations to you.
Don't roll over your window.
Yeah.